Hey, all you real estate agents out there, it's Danny Griffin from the realtyclassroom.com with another real estate coaching tip. Now, last week we talked about how mind mapping had begun to help me make some seriously major advances in my brand and in my business after years of struggling to overcome this crazy business ADD I have. Finally learned how to fix it with this stuff. Now, for me, like many of you fellow practicing real estate agents, we have to continue to make it rain leads. Now, that sounds like an easy task, but the problem begins when we start Googling only to find all sorts of advice on the rights and wrongs of lead gen. Seems like everybody, including those that don't even practice, has an opinion. Well, today I had the opportunity to do an interview with my good friend Sean Madavi for his blog, realbees.com. And he asked a pretty good question. He said, if there was a practical piece of advice that I could give for a takeaway that agents could use today, what would it be? Well, I had a quick flashback to my old buddy Maxwell Maltz in his book, Psycho-Cybernetics, which in simpler terms really just means mind systems. Now, to Maltz, we and subsequently our businesses work like a guided missile. We're responsible for telling that missile where to go, and it in return will give us what we want. However, along the way, it will get beaten up by the wind, rain, and any other event that pulls it off course. But it stays true to the path and corrects itself along the way. So, what does this have to do with mind mapping? Well, that's where you enter the coordinates for where you want to go. You start with the town or the city that you want to land in. Then you define the demographics based on price that you'd like to cover. You sprinkle in a little MLS information about whether or not there have been any transactions at those particular coordinates. And then you decide on the right type of missiles that you're going to use, and then you let it rip. As the operator, your first tendency will be, of course, to abandon the mission completely when you see the missile a little bit off course. When all you really have to do is just go back and check your map, measure against it, and make slight adjustments. So here's the real point I made to Sean. After all these years as a real estate agent and coach, last week I revealed one of the greatest discoveries that will help me gross literally hundreds of thousands of commissions over the next several years through the use of mind mapping, xmind.net. And it's free software, and I wondered how many of you really took it to heart and downloaded it all. You see, the worst and most useless missile is the one you don't pre-program correctly from the start, and you can't do that any easier than you can with a simple mind map. So, number one, get out there and support my friend at realbees.com, Sean Mondavi, and he's the guy that brought this up again today, and it was a smart question. Get your guided missile, get your Xmind software or something like it that's free. Pick your geography, pick your luxury, move up, novice, buyers, sellers, and then pick your missiles, internet, offline. Get mind mapping, get out there and have a plan, and I promise you this will be a super, super profitable exercise. I'm Danny Griffin from the realtyclassroom.com, thanking you for being here and taking the time to even listen to me. But take action, please, because this will help you. And do me a favor, share these along to our fellow real estate agents that are out there. And I love it when you comment because I get to personally comment back and help you even further. See you next time.